The Chaser Report is recorded on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is the Chaser Report.
Hello and welcome to the Chaser Report for Wednesday the 14th of September. I'm Charles Firth and with me today again is Andrew Hansen.
Hello, Charles Firth, and hello to you. How's things? How's things in LA? Good?
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, you know, Christmas is coming soon.
No, so the thing that sort of is problematic, and not problematic for me because I'm very sober nowadays. I'm very straight-laced, very boring, in fact. But, you know, I'm here with other people and they're young and they're excited and you know, some of them are single and things like that. And what they have noted this time round is that there is a very big lack of party drugs in LA.
Really?
Yeah. The whole of LA has been taken over by marijuana, which is actually a very boring drug. And so normally when you used to come here, apparently, I wouldn't know anything about this, but, you know, like there'd be lots of sort of cocaine and speed and, you know, I don't know, uppers.
Yeah.
MDMA, like MDMA is a big thing. And so far, no one has found any, like no one does that anymore.
None of that there is anymore.
Yeah,
how interesting.
It's all you know, what are they called? Sort of edibles and downers. And the problem is that then all the staff, like all of your service staff, are stoned all the time as well. So the whole city is just full of really slow, boring people.
It's a sleepy town now, LA.
Yeah.
How interesting.
Yes, exactly.
That has changed because I remember when you and I visited LA, you know, when we were young, and I always remember when we first arrived, we got in this cab from the airport.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember this. And the taxi driver was recommending stuff that he thought two young guys might want to do.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that? And his first suggestion was, he said, you know what they have that's really great is jelly wrestling. Why don't you go and, would you guys like to check out the jelly wrestling? You know, and we were these two nerdy arts graduates, you know. We had no interest in jelly wrestling. But that was a thing.
I do remember him pointing out this. Was that in LA? That was in LA near the airport. There was a strip joint, and remember the sign? It said "nude, all nude, nudes."
Yes, that's right. I do remember that.
I just remember. I can't figure out. Do they have clothes on or are they nude?
No, it said 3 times. Yeah, it's great. But it's kind of reminds me of those kind of. That is the sales technique, though, isn't it? It's like shoes. For as little as $5, you've got to say it 3 times because it's not interesting. If you only had a sign that said nudes, people would walk on by. Yeah. But if you have a sign that says it's nudes, all nudes, people stop and then track and say, there are nudes.
Yeah, just to distinguish it from the nude, semi-nude clothed people.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm sad that it's changed, Charles.
Yeah. Today on the show, though, we are going to talk about Christmas because we're sick of the Royals. We don't want to talk about the Royals anymore. And instead, we're going to talk about something else that is going to clog your consciousness for the next few months, even no matter how hard you try to escape it. So that'll be right after the break.
The Chaser Report. Less news, less often.
Yes, and you can avoid those ad breaks by going to chaser.com.au/podcast and subscribing. It now is the time when the Chaser has to decide on what all its merchandise is for Christmas. Now, Andrew, you've only ever sort of done the creative, interesting comedy side of the Chaser, haven't you?
Yeah, I haven't thought of merch. No, I must say I haven't. And I'm interested to hear you talk about it after dissing the sponsors of your podcast so roundly there. I mean, aren't you supposed to say something like something positive, like, and for an ad-free version of the podcast, why not subscribe? Whereas you say, and to avoid listening to those inconvenient and horrible advertisements. And now you're going to flog your stuff. I mean,
well, no, because we haven't decided on what it's going to be yet. So I want to brainstorm with you and our listeners, and see if they've got any good ideas. Because actually, the key to making money in comedy is not to making comedy; it's to making merch that you can sell at Christmas.
Yeah,
because the thing that you realise is everyone's whole, like, if you release a product for 9 months of the year, like sort of January till about September, then it's got to be a good product to be able to move. But then from October to December, it just has to be something that some shithead might like.
Yes.
And that solves a problem for people to buy.
Yes, just anything at all.
And so you don't really need to launch anything good. So in that vein, let me run you through some of the ideas that we've got for Christmas, including a couple that I've already commissioned. Because, of course, like all highly ethical institutions, we commission all our products from China. So we get a whole lot of cheap shit from China and ship it over. But yeah, so and this is the one that I'm most proud of. So and I've already commissioned quite a lot of them. So tell me if this is a good idea or not.
What is it?
Which is, the last few years we've sold beach towels and they've gone very well. And I was trying to think, what are some other products that you can buy for an Australian summer that people might want to buy, right?
Yep.
I have commissioned a factory in China to build us a whole lot of avocados. Like, they're about my height. They're a little bit higher than me, maybe like 2 meters tall. Avocado flotation pool toys, right? And this is the fun thing, right? So it's a massive, oversized avocado.
Yeah.
And the brown pip, is the size of a ball, like a beach ball.
Yeah.
So and it comes out, so you can play with so you can put the avocado, you can float in the avocado, and then you can also take out the ball and play with it.
First of all, how does this not already exist?
I know. How does it not exist?
Yeah, pool inflatables come in. But secondly, what the hell has that got to do with the chaser?
No, because it's all to do with marketing, right? Which is that it's going to be sold as the perfect gift for millennials and Gen Zs who don't own their own home. Like, don't own your own home, that's all right. Here, have an avocado, because you can't afford a house.
The potential flaw in this plan is that if you don't own a home, then you don't have a fucking pool. I hate to burst your inflatable avocado, Charles, but I think this might be a fatal flaw in the thing.
Fuck!
Yes. Otherwise perfect.
Look.
Otherwise perfect. I mean, what about other merchandise for millennials? Well, what about a dining table? Or perhaps a 4-poster bed to put in the house that you don't own.
I just got people wondering.
This is crazy. We're hearing Charles saying, fuck, 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 from all the way into the living room.
Well, hello. It's good to see.
That's Vic.
It's good to see you, Vic.
I'll just give her the I'll just hand over the headphones to her so she can hear.
What's going on?
Hello, Vic. How are you? Look, what's going on is we're trying to record a podcast about Charles's harebrained ideas for merchandising to make money at Christmas. Now, he says everyone's stoned. Are you stoned?
I'm not stoned, but I could be. Can I tell you the absolute truth?
Yeah.
I just had dinner at this house in LA. And we just had the best time. We had the best time, and we went off, and we're now we're not even thinking about merchandise. But if you want to start thinking about merchandise, what do you think about these tiny bikinis? These tiny bikinis.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is there any more? Is there any more than that, or is that it? Just
we're thinking about
bikinis?
Merchandise ideas. What do you think, Jenna?
Oh, hi, Jenna. Jenna's here too. Hello.
Jenna's here too. Did Vic tell you about his house?
Yeah, Vic said you've been at his house, and now she's thinking of merchandising tiny bikinis.
Oh, I think, tiny bikinis. I think the less they show, the better. I think the less they cover, the better.
And they should say...
Whose wine did you
do? We drank Brad Pitt's wine. We drank Brad Pitt's wine from his vineyard that Angelina Jolie sold. Yeah. And then we said we love his rosé, and we drank Brad Pitt's rosé.
Let me tell you something. Before I went to his house, I was pro Angelina. By the time I left, I said...
No. Why? What? How did she turn you against?
And that's going to be bleeped out. Bleep that out. But what I think is important is that Brad Pitt has a beautiful rosé, and that he should sell tiny bikinis that have chaser on them.
You heard it here first.
We got cooked up at this 100%. What happened
he
was
did.
she would run out of one alcohol and then she would go, and Jenna and Vic, you'll have another drink. And let me tell you what we went from. A buttery Chardonnay to Brad Pitt's rosé to Verve.
And they said, unfortunately, we only have Verve left, and we drank it. So what I'm saying to you, Andrew Hansen, is that you should make a tiny bikini that says Chaser on one chart. No, it should say chart. CHA on one hand.
I see.
CHA on one tit, and then the other tit it should say SER.
SER.
What if it says the Chaser on one tit and it says the company on the other?
That's going to be tiny.
Wait, have you rebranded as the Chaser the company?
It's going to be very short words, isn't it?
Okay, look.
I want to know why Brad
think-
Pitt has
I
made a
think-
rosé. Is it made in his
I think-
backyard or?
Look, I think this is very much a.
Oh, goodbye.
I think this is a very good warning, kids, against drinking too much.
It's a big
alcohol.
warning that it don't go to his house in LA. I think.
The Chaser Report. More news, less often.
Well, I thought their merch ideas were absolutely terrific. Charles.
Okay, well, I kind of feel like that sort of. Like, should I run you through? Because you obviously don't like the avocado idea.
No, I
Can
don't.
I just run you? I'll just run you through a couple more.
Tell me some others.
ideas.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're doing a carry-on backpack, like a really nice carry-on backpack in black.
Oh yes.
Just with the Qantas logo, and on the thing it says all my other bags got lost by the airline.
Qantas.
Would that
Do you mean Qantas or
Qantas.
Qantas?
Qantas, because like copyright law and everything.
Oh, I see.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
That's
like a parody.
okay. That's. I don't
I
mind
think
that.
that'll-
I don't mind that.
that-
People would wear
yeah.
that on board, and it'd be great if everybody
yeah,
on the
exactly.
whole
It'll
plane
be
had that.
cheeky.
Yeah.
No, but if you did that, Qantas would just lose them all. So
Oh.
you got to. And then I don't know. This is the problem. I need more. Like I need some monarchy themed merch ideas. Because the Queen's dead.
yes,
Like
yes.
I kind of feel like we can hijack market.
Well, what
The whole
about the
dead
what
Queen
about
thing.
the sausagey fingers of the king? I mean, I think you could get a whole lot of
Yes,
Frankfurt, like a can of Frankfurts is pretty cheap, right? And
Yes,
you
and
just
rebrand them as Prince Charles's fingers.
yeah,
or
King's
they
fingers.
could be the pool toy.
yes, Prince Charles's finger.
And they wouldn't have to be a flotation to it. They'd literally be Prince Charles's fingers, and you just float on them. They'd be large enough and
They would.
swollen enough.
Yes, get them shipped over. I
Yeah.
like that. I like
Okay.
that a lot. That's very
And then maybe the last thing is we just sell some of Brad Pitt's wine.
he might already be doing that himself, Charles. I think.
Oh, is that a
Well,
thing?
I don't know
Is it-
if I mean, do they mean it's literally wine that he made, or does he own a vineyard or something like that? Do you know? I mean, what are they?
Look,
They've left, so we can't ask.
I think what it is that he brought some wine over to Jackie Weaver's house, and so they were drinking.
Oh, and
he
it was
brought
left
over.
behind.
Yeah.
right.
See, this is what
I
it's
see.
like in LA. Just every second person you bump into is an A-lister. That's how it works.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see you hanging
Yeah.
around with lots of A-listers right this very minute, Charles.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
in your little
In my-
room there.
In my little
With
room.
nobody else in your podcasting equipment brought from Australia. Why isn't Brad Pitt sitting here doing the podcast with you?
Well, he probably was.
You know?
I probably just missed him.
He should be.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's how it works here.
I know.
And we were hanging out at Chateau Marmont. Now, we didn't see any celebrities there, but that doesn't mean they weren't there. They probably just left. You know?
They might have been in the loo, or just
Yes, yes. Or in the shed. Apparently,
Yeah.
the actual glamorous place, there's a shed that you go to if you're an A-lister.
Right, if you really know.
Honestly.
Really? You go in the shed?
Yes. There's a shed just down a bit near the Chateau Marmont, which is actually the really glamorous place. But,
Wow. Okay. Well,
you-
see if you
you're
can
not
get into the
supposed to know
shed.
unless you're an
See if you can score an invite to the
Yeah, I
shed,
think-
Charles. And
I
get
think.
in
I
there.
wonder if it's like one of those men's sheds.
Get in there.
Like
Yeah, but yes,
Yeah.
where they all turn up depressed.
65-year-old men. turn up
All these celebrities
depressed.
looking for
Yeah.
some comfort. the Hollywood is destroyed. It's a shithole. Nobody's making any independent movies anymore.
And then they see all these men sitting in the shed and go, well, at least our lives aren't as bad as that.
I'm always worried about men's sheds because I know the idea of it is that, most people think that a shed is the single most desirable place that every man wants to be. Every man on earth wants to be in a shed at all times. I think that's the thinking behind a men's shed, isn't it?
Yeah. Totally.
But I'm not. I'm not a practical man. I don't like building things. I feel uncomfortable and nervous about it. I hate sheds. I hate them. They're full of spiders. They're awful places.
But also, it's very weird to send a whole lot of depressed men into a place where there's lots of sharp implements that you can use to kill yourself
and
with.
Rafters, like
and rope.
That's right, and hooks. I mean, what are they thinking? It shouldn't be a men's shed. It should be a place a man likes to. For me, it would be like a men's restaurant or a men's theatre. That would be. That would be a nice place for me to go. I don't want to go to a shed. God.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Are you going to turn up tomorrow? Are we going to have some more of you for the rest of the week?
Well, yes. I'm booked in, to record. The next time we record.
Yeah, okay, great. And I have a feeling, and this is a bit of good news for our listeners, which is I believe Dom might be out for the whole of this week.
Great, so that's even better. Well, I'm definitely in for the next record. The only reason I was humming and ahhing was I wasn't sure if Dommy was going to be in. But now that if he's not here, I'm in.
Well, I will see you tomorrow. Our gear is from Rode, and we're part of the Acast Creator Network. Catch you tomorrow.